ما أريد من هذا الشعب إلا أن يزيد في الحمد والشكر إلى الله عز وجل، ويزيد من محبة الوطن، ويزيد من العمل ومضاعفة العمل لما يسعى فيه من خير له وللدولة والأهل. هذا اللي أنا أدوره من الشعب، وربنا إن شاء الله يوفقنا جميعا على ما يحب ويرضى.
تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. إلا دار زايد لا تقرب حماها لا تقرب منازلها إلا محب زايد أسسها واليوث وراها داروا على الدانات 7 أبد. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. نحنا شعوب لها نفدى ثراها نبذل الغالي لها دوم ونهب. لا تقرب منازلها.
I know it's fashionable these days, but maybe I was the first one to say before this current event happened that UAE is my country. I've been here for more than 23 years. And why I stayed here? Simple. We have the best working condition. We have amazing infrastructure that are getting upgraded non-stop every year with dematerialized administration process, and without speaking about the energy supply. And we have, I think the leaders of the UAE are demonstrating every day to us, the population, but also to the world, how a smart, strong, wise, long-term planning leadership, far-fetched, far-reaching, it's the recipe for success. I feel safe, I feel secure, I feel optimistic and daily more ambitious when I know that I am living here and have the chance to be under this wise leadership.
Welcome to Peers of Union, and today in our episode, and like every week, we celebrate a new success story in the UAE. Today, our success story about EUROTECH company and also a brand in EUROTECH, which is ELA, and we'll talk more about it with Mr. Benoit Rondard, who's the Managing Director of EUROTECH. Hello, and thank you for joining us, Mr. Benoit.
Hi, Belasan. Welcome to EUROTECH.
Mr. Benoit, I want to start with the background, the academic background, your personal, that made you who you are today, that made you the Managing Director of EUROTECH. Tell me about everything that led you to be here.
So I'm a graduated engineer, graduated back in 1991, and I'm also a passionate artist. Started to paint again in 2006 after having followed a lot of art classes. My parents are artists, I would say, interior architects. My mom, she's a modelist, and they were not at all scientific people, but yet I've been able to develop in parallel these two, we can say, right brain and left brain. So I've been frustrated right after being graduated from engineering that I couldn't pursue my career in a very famous French brand of ski gear, Rossignol. Maybe you heard about it. And so I decided to put less focus on, it was a first failure, I can say, or a first disappointment or big obstacle. So I decided to concentrate more about the process, the methods, the system, the quality, than the product. So I jump into many organizations, first in Saudi Arabia, then in Sharjah, then in French multinationals, to acquire more expertise in how to plan properly production, how to organize the flows of the material, how to control the quality. Then I moved back to Dubai in 2003. I decided to go full-fledged management of a company where we soon became a regional leader, regional experts in our domain, sheet metal manufacturing, metal enclosures for electrical switchgear. But putting in place all the system that I've learned in France, I felt that it was time to control more of future, to give, I would say, a more unique tone in our whole setup. We've been very well known in co-developing, producing products that were coming from multinational, which we call OEM in our sector. And though we were very much attractive for people who wanted to subcontract their operation here, we felt that we could have only a certain and sustainable future at the condition that we were owning our product. So we started with the idea of ELA.
I want you to tell me more about ELA. It's your baby brand now.
Right, we can say so.
It's like the creative, like a harmonial, artistic thing, which is a little bit different from the industrial side of EUROTECH. So tell me more about the brand. How did it start and what inspired you to create ELA in the first place?
Of course. ELA was a long maturation of a personal idea of creating a product that would last, that would be used in all living space in the world. And we had a wonderful tool here, production tools, exceptional people, designers, and being working for somebody else or other parties' products. ELA was one step above. ELA was representing a level of excellence we may not have, but we had the passion, we had the motivation, and we had the minimum expertise level, talents in-house to develop such a product. Then came my background, my, I would say, inner voice of realizing my dream of creating a product that would definitely put EUROTECH on the international scale, a product that any family could have, possess, and where aesthetic would prevail above the technicality, where the technicality becomes less important, less visible. The technicality is hidden behind a beautiful aesthetic. That's ELA.
Wow! So you have joined the accuracy of your mind and the creative passion of your heart at the same time. And we can see, like behind me, this is from ELA, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is a small shelf of ELA.
Because it's minimalistic and it's like it's used at the same time. So maybe people are asking where they can buy. Do they have to like talk to ELA and EUROTECH to order, or are they in the market, distributed in the market? So
we have a website where we can give online purchase. We're also in the B2B business where we're dealing with hospitality sectors and I would say different professional real estates, VIP lounge, where our products start to be negotiated to be put there. But as an individual, yes, I would recommend you come and visit our website and you can see the full range, Audace, that we have launched in October 2025. So if I can carry on
Yeah.
ELA is made of metal. We are metal specialists. Metal is often perceived as very cold, very structural. And from this, I would say, preconceived idea, we try to model a range of furniture that continue to hold a visible strength in the eyes, but are calmer. We are softening, in fact, the metal to make it purely aesthetic, purely an experience for the eyes, for the touch, not for the smell yet, where people feel at ease to have ELA metal parts inside the house, not outdoor, along with their more classical furnitures.
I would like to ask you about your perspective. What shaped your perspective and vision for ELA?
I've always been passionate about aesthetic. My family backgrounds, my daily life is about sensing what is around me, what is the beauty around me. And I always figured out that I could find a good fit between my engineering background and this artistical vision, that it could be, I would say, brought together in a beautiful wedding to show to the world, first the Dubai scene and then the world, that from a stronger expertise in sheet metal manufacturing with a proper talent in designing, you can achieve an amazing result that can compete with any Italian, French, or Japanese company which are in the furniture business. So our perspective, this is to be light in terms of presence, as soft as possible, where the technicality, the assembly is not getting noticed. We will go in the factory later to show you that the fit assembly is almost seamless, whereas it took us 1.5 years to master this invisible technique. So it's beauty, this is innovation. ELA is also required us to invest in new machineries. It was also, the perspective behind ELA was also to give a new motivation, a new regain of sense of long term among our people who saw that we were locked up into subcontracting for others, though we like it, though they are, we are very much concerned about our customer services and our customer satisfaction. But we really wanted to give a chance to a home ground, a company, I would say, design product, where we would master completely our future. Because the marketing, this is the first time that we have to deal with our marketing, that we have to launch the product, that we have to build up our brand, that we have to create our identity, which before, during the past 20 years, we didn't have to do it because the product was pre-existing and was co-developed with us, but where only the functionality was prevailing. So this is the first time in our history that, along with the existing historical business, we are bringing to the market, proudly from UAE, a brand that I think that has got a big future, but that will be recognized as being unique. Not unique only in the perception in the UAE, I would say, design scale, but worldwide. And where technique, innovation, you can say beauty or aesthetic.
You can say, of course.
Yes,
because it's beautiful.
Are melted together for the best.
We talked about the beauty, aesthetics, the artistic part, the passion. Let's go now to the hard part, the challenges. The challenges that has been facing you all the way. And of course, we're talking about the challenges and the solutions at the same time, because maybe somebody is watching us and maybe they will get inspired by your story. So what challenges did you face all the way?
As EUROTECH, the mother company, we face challenges with higher demand or more demanding customers every year. Since we put ourselves in the, I would say, medium and high segments, quality of service has always been at stake, and we pursue this excellence mindset to always improve our the customer perception of delivery. If we speak about ELA was introduction of a new product that I need to convince first my shareholders that this diversification would make sense. So they've been very supportive. I had to challenge their conservatism, I would say, which is normal when you're not sure about where you're going to. So I've been risk taking, and I think they have completely embodied where we are going now. So first challenge was to be persuasive enough that there is a market for that, and there is, if we want to create value, a long-term value for the company, you need to go by your own self with your own products. The second challenge has been technical. As I said, that I thought we were equipped both in terms of talents and machinery for the furniture. It was far from it. So we had to invest in new machinery, and we had to scrap a lot of prototype before reaching the quality we wanted. So the third challenge was bringing on board a French designer here with a high level of demand. So there is always a culture gap. So people in production, my technician, my team thought that the job was over, and they were finally rebuked and demanded to do something higher in terms of quality and in terms of finishing. So they never lost patience, and with a good, I would say, good mindset, I've been able to bridge the cultural gap and convince all the people to not to find a compromise, but to, I would say, be focused on the future, be focused on the success that was within reach, and elevate to the challenge. So the challenge has been mainly individual and collective challenge to say that we can do this. We can do more than electrical enclosures, and we can do top luxury furniture.
Talking about elevation, what are the plans, your strategic plans for expansion and growth?
Right now we have one factory that is making up for the ELA demand, which is mainly regional. We have already some plan to expand in Singapore and Asia, Taipei, Korea and everything, most of sales. And probably the factory here will not be enough to live up to our, I would say, demand, worldwide demand. So we will always keep this factory as, I would say, the laboratory where the ideas are being executed, tested. But once we have stabilized the product and the consistency of the production, we can easily imagine to subcontract or eventually expand by ourselves in other countries.
At last, I want just to give you like a minute just to look at the camera, and I want you to send a message to the youth or anybody who has ambition, who has a project, starting a project, wants to start a project. So what your advice would be?
Young blood, they have a big future here, provided that they have the proper mindsets and they are ready to go with hands-on practice. So my advice is simple: learn with experts, listen to them, look at their job, look at their talents, learn from the bottom, and quickly determine what you're made up for. Whether you're supposed to become an expert, if you're becoming a manager, meaning that you don't master completely the product you're dealing with, or you can become an entrepreneur where you have ideas that goes beyond in your working environment. And UAE, I think, is the perfect country to elaborate a career on these three options.
Thank you, Mr. Benoit. and it's a pleasure to meet you and talk to you and learn about EUROTECH and ELA. And I hope in our next interview we talk about more accomplishments, more expansion, and more creation.
You'll be the most welcome. Thank you for your visit, and hope to be a starting point for the new generation.
Thank you very much. Thank you for watching Peers of Union. See you next week with another success story.